Now, I know a certain percentage of your tanks are kind of show or a little showier than others. You've got some that are more utility oriented tanks, yeah, for like quarantine and maybe some breeding projects and stuff like that. But for your show tanks or your tanks that you want to look pretty, especially, is there do you have one particular problem that plagues like a type of algae or a pest? Or what do you have any particular problem that is always an issue for you?
I do, and it's all my fault. I get hair algae like I'm being paid to farm it. And I know it is a nutrient imbalance. I use LED lighting on all of my aquariums, and it's pretty strong lighting. And I use nutrient rich substrates in many of my aquariums. Not all of them. Some of them use pool filter sand. Some of them use like inert gravel, but a lot of them use like a high quality soil. And I grow relatively slow growing plants. And because of that nutrient imbalance and the relative richness of the soil and the light, I am really prone to hair algae. Luckily, it's pretty easy to manually remove. If you have like a bottle brush, you can just twirl it through the hair algae and remove it. The other thing that I get is a small amount of green spot algae on the glass. But for the most part, I'm pretty fortunate. And I think part of that reason is I think that my actual well water has a high CO2 content, which helps contribute to the plant growth in combination with the decent lighting and decent substrate that I use. Certainly, I know there's no cookie cutter formula for having success. And there's really no reason I have as much success as I do with a lot of the plants that I grow. I'm just pretty lucky.
I seem to get a wide variety of hair algae. Like I've got two tanks that are a big problem for me right now. One's got like the coarse, I call them Hulk pubes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Those
My
coarse,
Escaping from Scraps one has the algae pubes
yeah,
where
me
it's
too.
wiry.
And I've got another one. Have you seen the other one where it's kind of slimy and you can't pull it off of the plants?
That's Spirogyra. It's super slippery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spirogyro, is this gyra?
Spirogyra, I think, is the type of algae.
Wow,
That slippery one.
that sounds like a cool drink you'd get on a beach vacation.
Maybe we should create it for the next time we have a convention, and everyone can have
Spirogyra and Sprite. Yeah.
Spirogyra.
So yeah, I haven't found an effective way to really remove it, and I've been exploring like every possible technique to really avoid it, and it seems like you just kind of manually remove it until the tank balances out, and then it stops, and that's like all that's ever happened.
I mean, a lot of it is patience. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do to like put out the fire. Like if you drop your water level really low and spritz it with some peroxide carefully, that'll knock it out until it grows back. You can try lifting your lights, you can try adjusting your fertilizers. But I really find noticing the balance and changing one thing at a time is the best way to address algae, no matter what kind it is. Because
Hmm.
if you throw a lot of things at it at once, as you know, you are an experienced planet tank guy. If you change too many variables at once, you don't know what's working, and how do you maintain that?
Right. Thank you so much for watching this brief excerpt from the Water Change Companion. The full version of this will be available at the end of the week. See you then.